Hey everyone, I wanted to take some time to highlight some of the uh, biggest changes that are coming to OneStaff front office. So I'm just going to go through three of them here and let me know what you think. So first one is that in front office, we now support OCR resume parsing through Azure Document Intelligence. So what I have here is a resume file, but the resume file is actually just an image. So this is a PDF with just an image of all this text inside of it. So you can't select the text, you can't copy and paste it. And so with our resume process historically, when you try and parse a resume that's just an image, Sovereign doesn't support this and complains that there's no text inside of the resume to actually parse. Uh, what we've done with our 24.1 release is we have im- intelligence as a method of getting that text from the image inside of the PDF file. And then we take that text and parse it into Sovereign. So I just enabled 1Staff OCR for this environment. So let's try parsing that resume again. And we will see now that the text inside the resume is automatically read and sent to the Sovereign parser for parsing. And the user experience is unchanged, so users don't have to worry about anything changing on their end. It's just a quick and easy addition that lets us uh, parse resumes that are images using OCR. So if we look at Zoe's contact record here, we see it picked up the email okay, the phone okay, and then all the various stuff in here will go into the normal spots in front office. The next thing I want to show is that we're using the same Azure Document Intelligence service to perform OCR on images sent through SMS. So this is a common request we've been getting from our clients when a person sends in an SMS image, they want to be able to take the text in the SMS and put it into like a license certification or some other record inside a front office. And instead of uh, visually looking at the image and keying it out letter by letter, which is prone to errors, we now have the same OCR service being used to visually identify the text in an image and let a user copy and paste that. So we can see that Elaine here sent us a copy of her driver's license. And so let's say we want to copy out the driver's license ID and use that elsewhere in OneStaff. Well, in our SMS chat window now, we now have this click here for an OCR transcription of the image text. And if we click here, it's going to throw this image at the same Azure Document Intelligence service, and it's going to identify the locations of the text and also let us click on one of those locations to copy that text. So if I were to click on this text block here, it's actually going to copy all that text. So if I just paste that here, we can now see that that text has been put on my clipboard for copy and paste. And then the last thing I wanted to show is that we've been making great strides in our talent app to improve the registration process. So this is another common request from our clients when they have their applicants and employees signing up for talent. They want to specify some flexibility in what details are captured. And now this is just a demonstration of what we have set up in our sandbox environment. The registration process itself is actually very flexible in how much you can collect, and all the configuration is done directly inside a front office. But as a proof of concept in front office in our sandbox, we have three blocks here, one for personal details, one for a resume, and one for some quick confirmations, which is the questionnaires that we have set up inside of front office. So if I put in my contact details here, and we'll skip the phone number for now. Hopefully that works. And each block inside of the mobile registration process here has its own configuration. So you can say for some clients, maybe they don't want to collect a resume, and in that case, they wouldn't have this block here uh, available for collecting that resume. And we'll just select any resume here. And there are also various blocks for like collecting education history, collecting employment history. So all these are configurable on whether or not you want clients to have to collect them. And as you go through the registration process, this progress bar at the bottom will increase, indicating how far you are along with the registration process. So when I submitted that resume, it did automatically parse the uh, various details out of that resume, and we display the details to the registrant in order for them to verify it, or if there's something wrong with it, they can click on it and change the details in that record. And I'm just going to verify, and then if I go back here, we can now see that we have employment history to verify, and we can verify our skills. And again, all this information is coming directly from the resume. So as long as the resume parsing is uh, accurate, the user will save a lot of time in entering in that information. Now we can see that these are all completed, but this one's still to do, and that's because another configurable thing is the number of records that you can require. So in this case, our sandbox environment is currently configured to require 2 education items. So I'll just add a simple record here just to make sure I can get past that requirement. So now that I've completed that, all this is finished. And now the uh, required blocks here for the resume are complete. And now I can go through quick confirmations. So these are just questionnaires that are set up in the environment that are configurable. And we just have a simple, are you authorized to work in the US questionnaire set up here to just make sure that they're authorized. And now that I have completed all of these items, I can check the consent box here and then click submit. And now my registration is complete. Well, I do need to still verify, but just a proof of concept of the data collection that you can do when a new employee or applicant is registering in our talent app. All right, that's all I wanted to show today. So thank you for watching, and talk to you later.